Got it. Which one do you want, Emma?
This one, yeah. Oh, yeah. Last time, I didn't introduce the rosters as they were going.
I feel like it's fine if you keep going.
Yeah. People prefer the
You're
travel.
fine. You're fine doing the more play-by-play stuff.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Philadelphia.
Yeah, getting in here was fun.
The address doesn't
I saw the gates, and I was like,
All right, hello, welcome to Austin Torch's second game of the season here at Texas School for the Deaf. Thank you for braving the rain to come out and see the game. Tonight's game features your hometown Austin Torch versus the visiting Philadelphia Surge. Here they come. Let's give our visitors Philadelphia Big Texas welcome round of applause. Watch out for the fire ants on the way. I'm the temporary announcer Bonesaw. I'd like to thank Texas School for the Deaf for hosting tonight's game. Special shout out to Austin Torch's Clara Stewart, featured on tonight's ticket. There you go. Thank you for joining us here today. Let's get ready for some PUL action. Introducing tonight's visiting team all the way from Philadelphia, PA via a 4 a.m. flight to Houston, Texas yesterday. The Philadelphia Surge, hold on. We have 00, Emily Moeller. Number 1, Emily Shields. Number 3, Rachel Alfano. Number 4, Raha Mozafari. Number 5, one of the captains, Lindsay McKenna. Number 8, Emma Soilis, also co-captain. Tamateo Soilis, my bad. Number 9, third co-captain, Sarah Hiranet. Number 10, Dre DeSabato. Number 11, Sarah Liang. Number 13, Caitlin Harper. Number 15, Lane Dodge. And number 18, Sumi Onoi. Number 20, Danielle Walsh. Number 21, Linda Morris. 22, Liz Hart. Number 23, Natalie Bova. Number 24, Casey Gorman. And number 33, Jaden Graham. All right, now let's welcome your Austin Torch. Number 2 is Bjork. Number 3, Maddie Cannon. Number 4, MC Robbins. Number 5, Dreas Barza. Number 7, Sharu Liu. Number 8, Mindy Radke. Number 9, Summer Wilson. Number 10, Gabby Kuina. Number 12, Cole Holstad. On the point to torch, Annie Ortiz. Number 15, Elise Frankie. Number 16, Kinsey Neese. Number 18, Bree Taylor. Number 19, Vanessa Bacon. Number 22, Sydney Lockridge. 25, Jasmine Anand. Number 26, Amy Brew. Number 27, Jocelyn Jessup. Number 31, Nikki Gilbert. Mike is dying. Number 42, Meg Duffy. Number 69, is she gonna do a cartwheel? Jamie Esty. Yeah! Number 71, Ren Goebel. Number 73, Clara Undertaker Stewart. 81, Mackenzie Brenzy Bailey. 88, Maddie Easton. Number 95, Megan Mendieta. And number 00, as a team committed to equity on all fronts, the Torch now invite you to join us in reflecting upon the impact of colonialism, past and present, on this land and its people. We would like to honor the Native people who cared for this land long before we arrived. The Lipan Apache, the Comanche, the Tonkawa, the Jumano, and the Kuawi-Tuakan. We also call for immediate and permanent end to the genocide of Palestinian people and unequivocally condemn all acts of anti-Semitism. We acknowledge the immense privilege we hold to be able to compete in sport today, and please join us in a moment of silence. Thank you. Now I'd like to welcome the observers to the field. The observers today are Emily Konjorski and Joe Sunshine Nyes, with Daniel Big Daddy Benson on the clock. Captains, please head to midfield with disc flip.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Texas School for the Deaf, where we have a great game for y'all today between Philly Surge and the home team Austin Torch. I am here with Jet Patterson.
Hey, hey.
Back on the comms together after a brief hiatus.
A little break. Welcome. We're excited to be here. The weather is a little gloomy, but cool and perfect for this game. This live broadcast is going to be brought to you by the Premier Ultimate League. The PUL is a 501c6 nonprofit. This league has been community funded since day one, and we are so grateful for the support. We ask that you consider donating to help us continue to transform and fulfill our mission. Head to premierultimateleague.com to donate today.
Starting out with the disc flip at the middle of the field. A little bit balmy, you're right, today. Going to be a little bit humid, but not too windy down here on the field, which is good in the stadiums like we have here. The great new stadium setup we have, it's tends to swirl a little bit if it starts to get a little bit breezy, so happy that there isn't going to be too much of that, and should be able to get some good fundamental upwind, downwind, cross field without a lot of problems.
Yeah, shouldn't be too much pressure on the throwers. Definitely a time to show what you've got in terms of throwing. You don't have to be as conservative when it's not that windy. Captains today on the field, we've got Surge number 5, Lindsay McKenna, number 8, Emma Taylor Soilis, and Sarah Hiranet. For Torch, we've got Carrie Yantz, Elise Bjork, and who else is flipping down there with them today?
I think that's Sydney.
Sydney Lochran. looks like there might be some storms coming our way, so hopefully we can get through this game a couple of hours without any rain coming down.
Yeah, it's been an uncharacteristically poor weather week down here in Austin. So all, the bachelor and bachelorette parties that were coming down looking for a nice kind of refuge from the cruddy weather in the Northeast, where they're all probably coming from, is going to be a little bit rained on. Which isn't too terrible for us. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we'll take the delay of the Texas summer heat. Definitely cooler than usual this time of year, which we can appreciate, but
right.
Rolling into May with highs in the 70s is almost unheard of.
So we see Torch starting to warm up with some throws there. Jed, who do you think are some players that we can go and look for on Torch to make an impact today?
Yeah, so we have got some new players and some returning players this year for Torch. One player to watch, player of the game for the first home game, Maddie Cannon, number 3, actually was playing on Surge last year. So a transplant, be interesting watching her play for Torch instead of against. Let's see. Jasmine Anon also on the roster this week, number 25, for the first time making her Torch debut.
Yeah, two other names that I'm seeing with debuts for this season for this game are MC Robbins and also Bree Taylor, 2 Texas Melee alums who should definitely be able to, kind of more seasoned Torch players that should be able to make a good impact this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Bree and MC, both very athletic players, tall, lean, and can really speed through the disc. Bree Taylor has an incredible wingspan, really powerful on the mark on defense.
Yeah, on the other side here with Philly Surge, 2 names that really stick out. Longtime Philly amp stalwart Rahamo Safari we're watching them throw around in warm-ups and just always impressed by the way they can distribute the disc. And Sarah Liang, another player, plays for Pittsburgh Parcha. Looking for them to make some impacts for Philly Surge.
Yeah, a lot of AMP players on the Surge roster. 2 players that I'm looking forward to seeing again, Rachel Alfano, number 3, and Lane Dodge, number 15. Last year played super well together. See if that chemistry continues down here in Austin this year.
As we see Torch taking the field. Looks like Torch is going to start on defense, unless we're going to get a little bit of a fake out here last second. Look at that defense.
I think Torch has a strong reason to start on defense, have some strong defensive players. Would love to get this game started with a break. They've got some very athletic players on this line. I don't see why not. Last year, Surge came out on top in Philly, but the game was close. So excited to see Torch play on their home turf.
Torch opting for a little bit different of a system this year. We're starting to adopt across Texas Ultimate this kind of OD swing line system. So it's not just a same regimented offensive line, defensive line. Instead, there's an O line, a D line, and a swing line that's going to come in after a break on defense or after the offense gets broken. So a little bit more of a dynamic set here from Torch. Just talking to some of the players, it really does seem to take a lot of the pressure off of the offensive line and the defensive line. Pressure also the blame on a lot of the lines, No need to walk back, with your head down, because it's not always your job. It's not always your thing. There's an entire team that can kind of be with you.
Pull goes up from Jesslyn Jessup.
And opening pull, of course, is brought to you by the Discraft. Discraft Ultrastar is the official disc of the Premier Ultimate League, and Discraft is the world leader in disc sports.
Surge getting started with a big deep look and an easy 2 or 3 throws to score with Emily Shields, number 1, getting the game started. Looked like maybe Torch defense just wasn't quite ready for that big deep look.
Yeah, shorter pull there from Torch. Bighorn on the mark, and just, you're forcing your lefty, what you would traditionally have as a ready flick there, and just nice throw into space. As much as it would be good to start with a break for Torch, also good to start with a 1-throw hold for Philly. throughout the game today. You'll hear us mention this a few times. If you would like to support the Austin Torch, you can donate a virtual ticket, so be on the lookout for that. Great way to support the local team here and other teams throughout the league as well.
Pull coming up from number 21, Linda Morris. Another sort of short pull. Elise Bjork, the center handler for Torch, really confident and strong on the field, finds Jamie Estes. Those two, one of my favorite combos playing together.
It's great to see Wilson back out on the field there. Just such a bundle of joy to be around, and on top of that, just a very consistent handler for the Torch and any team she's on, really.
Surge defense looking tight. They are close on these unders, but Torch winning those foot races, coming out on top. Looking a little clustered in the end zone. Loughran finds Bjork.
So Surge opting for a little bit of a forced middle look here, trying to stop that more lateral movement. And it works.
A little bit of a miscue. Looks like the throw is right behind number 69, Estes. A big look by number 8. Oh, and it's caught by number 5, Lindsay McKenna. Bjork right there, but just didn't quite have eyes on the disc. Something the sideline could help with, letting her know. Surge back in their end zone, knocking on the door. And another score coming from number 4, Braha.
Some defense chance this next point.
You can see Queena there was on the mark, but just lost a little bit of her footing underneath her, giving Mosafari that little lefty dish to the inside. And that's a break for Surge.
2-0 in the first couple of minutes of the game here. I think between their first home game against Seoul, Torch is going to have to come out. They warmed up and got, I think, more intense towards the end of their game against Atlanta Seoul a few weeks ago here at home in Austin. But to beat Surge, Torch is going to have to come out with their foot on the gas right in this first quarter.
So here again is this, for the first time, this game is going to be the swing line for Torch, hoping to bounce back after that break.
Now, this swing line did phenomenally the first home game. Most opportunities they had, they scored. The handlers worked well together, so I'm excited to see what they can do here today. Clara Stewart handling with Amy Broom and Frenzy Bailey. A really powerful combo.
Looks like Surge just opting for a flick force here.
Finds Bailey for a few yards gain here. Who's finding 88, Maddie Easton. Finds Vogel with a little inside. Oh, Broom bobbles, and that's a score for Torch. Way to stay with it, Amy.
Let's go, Torch!
Broom there with the second chance grab on her own catch.
And that swing line doing exactly what the plan is. So the O-line goes out. They were broken. To put that same O-line right back out can be a tricky coaching choice. So putting the swing line out and saying, hey, we need you to score right here. And that's what they did. Worked it up the field, patient. Their cutters have the legs to win those races on the undercuts, and the handlers are patient in the dump space.
Right, and running that kind of a functional like two-line rotation on your offense and defense. You know, your O-line can come off, catch a break. It's not a we don't trust you. It's a this is our system and this is what we're going to do to stick to it. And I think that approach is going to help Torch throughout this season. It's a little adjustment, but especially with some of the new coaches that they brought in here, just a really nice way to think about playing offense and defense. Looks like Torch coming down in a little bit of a junk set to stop the first throw pull play. Nice adjustment there after seeing what they did in the first offensive point of the game.
Surge not having too much trouble with that, getting where they need to be. Toes on the line, number 23, Bova. A good mark from Frankie, putting a lot of pressure. Ooh. Lou had a chance there, not quite.
Oh.
Good pressure on the mark, forcing a turn. Torch is getting a chance here for a break.
Yeah, just a little bit of a miscue at the front of the stack, it looked like there. Surge looking to just continue over to that away sideline, and weren't able to use it, and it looks like there's
Looks like a
foul call here.
Yeah, a strip call, no contest. That's at least Frankie with the disc. Good pressure, though, from Bova. That's what you're wanting to see, to be that close on defense.
Right.
Finds Lou for the dump. Oh. Big under, Jessup just a little outside of her grasp.
This is going to be an instance today where, oh, what a grab.
Number 22 with the grab, but it looks like she was out of bounds. That's Liz Hart.
And almost a commentator curse there, but was just going to say that every time the disc touches the ground, it gets more and more wet. So that's going to be something to just think about. What
Vanessa
a shot.
Bicorn chasing down a big pole, and it lands out of bounds. I don't hate the idea. I love looking for Vanessa Bicorn in the deep space, but that throw needs to be an in-stride catch for her. She definitely has the wheels to run most throws down.
Right. And I mean, there's no reason, especially if you're looking for a break chance here, to just kind of put it as far as you can down the field and make them work the full length.
Absolutely. Jocelyn Jessup, another player with a big wingspan, putting a lot of pressure on the mark. Surge kind of jamming it up the jam hole, staying on that far sideline.
Come on, defense, Shan. Let's keep it up. Go, play.
Number 10, DeSanto with the disc.
All right, fans.
And then a pick up at the front of the stack there.
We see a little bit of torch defense.
Oh, number 1, Shields with her second score of the evening, but defensive pressure was tight there. That's Kenzie Neese staying really close, making it hard to catch that point.
So 2 or 3 times there, we saw these kind of second chance bailout options. Some bobbles, some little bit of a kind of some early game hands. But I think throughout the game, those are going to, to clear up, especially from what apparently we've heard from Surge's travel plan, which was a 4 a.m. flight through Houston. Definitely maybe shaking off a little bit of the rust from the trip.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of helps to have a little bit of a later game in the day,
Right.
Once getting in, a chance to rest a little bit. Got Torch's O-line coming back out. New to us this year, number 00 Maggie Rowell. Really quick-footed handler. Does a good job getting open for the reset, which is really important for the O-line to manage possession.
As we see the pull go up here, Wilson up to Bjork.
Bjork with the disc, looking comfortable. A little bit of a poaching the lanes, number 18, trying to make those in cuts harder. And that's Maggie Rowell, showing what we're just talking about, how quick she is. Very comfortable being one and then next. Finding Bjork.
Oh, what a shot!
Looking for Jamie Estes. And a big layout bid. Great D.
That was Linda Morse on the block there on Estes.
But here's another time that, Surge is going to have to work all the way back up the field. Torch is going to want to work hard to get the disc back here in their end zone.
There's Leanne going deep, calling for it.
Wow. Really quick deep strike. Doesn't look like 11. Quite had the throw. Good mark from Meg Duffy. Number 00, Emily Moeller with the disc. Working it up that sideline.
Huge defensive presence.
Good mark from Jamie Estes.
Let's keep that
Great inside there again from Morse.
Maggie Rowell with the D.
by Torch.
Rowell was a step behind there, but was really able to turn on the gas and get there. Not clear if there's going to be a call on that D. Doesn't look like it. Torch's disc.
Just a little bit shaken up there.
Team's really out
Good defense.
hard. Torch gets that D.
Elise Bjork picking up.
Great swing there.
Finding Meg Duffy. Serge kind of letting them have that throw, wanting to stop the harder, longer throws. Gabby Quina looking for the disc, but a little bit of a height mismatch with Emily Moeller guiding her.
You know, Quina had probably a step or two at least on Moeller there. But Moeller made that up a lot.
Number 33, Yana Graham, doing a lot of work for Serge. Haven't seen a lot of throws to her yet, but she is quick and open in that deep space, and that opens up space for the unders to work. Oh, little bit too high for Moeller on the dump. Good mark pressure.
Yeah, Torch with the disc now right about at the brick mark. A good opportunity to work it downfield.
Wilson finding Quina for a quick, easy under. Great grab from Rowell with pressure. Lochran with the disc, looking for an option. Timeout was called.
So Lochran just not liking what she's seeing downfield. Good timeout call, I think. And in the PUL, you can sub off your whole line. So it looks like the swing line coming in now to just finish the job.
And I think that's a great idea when the disc has gone back and forth a couple of times. You want your players to be able to sprint their very fastest. So after you've run up and down the field a couple of times, why not go ahead and call that timeout and switch?
You know, if you have the if you got the possibility and the capability to do it, go ahead.
Another good reason to do it, Lochran getting a little high in the stall count there without a good option. Want to go ahead and call a timeout there and keep a turn from happening.
Right.
Should be a shout out to Scout Real Estate. It's an Austin-based firm built for smart, sustainable urban growth.
In this timeout, we'll give a shout out to Scout Real Estate, a presenting sponsor of the Austin Torch. You can see their logo on Torch's uniform sleeves. Scout Real Estate is an Austin-based firm built for smart, sustainable urban growth.
Scout Real Estate's got my back.
If you're looking to buy or sell a house, condo, or commercial property, get in touch with Rob at Scout, Austin's ultimate realtor. Clara Stewart, number 73, going to start with the disc for Torch. Torch looking for a vert stack to isolate number 3, Maddie Cannon, to get the ball rolling here.
Torch looking at red zone, end zone again. Nice swing.
Ooh,
Shot towards the end zone, it's up.
That might work.
a little bit too much zip on that throw.
Or she set her pivot.
Balls up.
Great read from number 21, Linda Morris.
Down the red zone.
Oh,
Great hit and a
big layout from Lindsay McKenna, not quite there.
just out of reach.
What a shot there from Morris.
What is this?
A lot of field to work up for Torch here, but fresh legs with this swing line coming in. Seeing number 5 kind of crowd that lane and let the free swing off to 81, Frenzy Bailey.
Look for Stewart here to just direct traffic. Really good at communicating with her fakes where she wants her players to go.
Great snag. Looking for Ren Vogel. Oh,
Just out of reach. Let's get that Torch.
great throw from Clara.
Even the Torch team sideline, they're good going.
With that surge forcing backhand, absolutely want to see Stewart taking those shots.
Yeah. No reason not to. Stewart's backhand, definitely a weapon. And Vogel there with separation. May as well just put it. And
Timeout called.
now a timeout by Serge. 2 timeouts here.
All right, Torch fans.
3-1 in the first quarter.
Give a little round of applause.
So a minute and 38 seconds left in the first quarter. So when the time goes off for the end of the quarter, the rule in the PUL is finish the possession. So you really want to be the team that's holding the disc when that timer goes off.
When that rain comes down, the club goes up. That rain.
Another shout out to one of our sponsors. The broadcast is brought to you by Breakmark Ultimate Apparel. Go to breakmark.com to place your next custom team order or check out the PUL Athlete Collab shops.
You'll see a little bit more of
Now, while we're here at this timeout, we will also give another shout out to one of our sponsors, Tusk 365. Torch is sponsored by Texas Ultimate Youth Summer Camp and Tusk 365. Tusk provides experienced, responsive, year-round youth ultimate programming for Central Texas and beyond. With decades of service in ultimate education for beginning players through elite, Tusk is dedicated to growing all levels of youth ultimate aligned with their equity-driven mission. Registration is open right now for Tusk's premier program, 2 weeks of ultimate training and fun at camp in June. Register at tuskulti.com and follow Tusk on Instagram and Twitter.
Disc coming back in for Surge.
We can say, don't know if this comes up on the stream, but the rain is starting to come down a little bit more. Some umbrellas popping up in the stands. If you're weak.
Oh, and that's a turn. Little pressure from Shrew Lu. Rachel Alfano pretty comfortable directing traffic in that handle space. Good pressure from 7 Lu to cause that turn.
swing right off to that sideline.
You can see the players wiping the disc now on every catch.
This O-line put back on. Annie Ortiz working with Jocelyn Jessup. Finds Bacorn, able to tow it in. Back to Mindy Radicke.
Radicke, a very good addition here to the Torch roster.
Not quite enough shape there to get to Jessup.
Yeah. A little bit of a miscue there in the reset space, and looks like the disc just slipped.
2 players in the deep space by themselves. Torch catching up here. .23 seconds left here. Pick called, it looks like. Yeah. Number 27, Jessup. Pick with 3, Alfano.
Alfano with a little bit of contact there in the stack, too.
12 seconds left. Torch is going to really want to put some pressure on and force a turn here. Keep the score from being 4-1 ending the first quarter.
And remember, too, for those watching at home, play out possession. So if Torch gets a turn in the next 12 seconds, it's their ball game. They got the disc going the other way. Looks like a lot of discussion there with the foul in the stack. Looks like there's some dramatic recreation occurring. Dramatic, not as in over-dramatic, as in of drama.
Acting it out.
Acting it out.
Okay, this is it. Let's get that defense chant going. Defense!
But corn on the mark, but not quite enough to seal. And that's number 3, Alfano, for the score. Oh, 1 second left.
1 second left here for Torch.
So Torch will get 1 chance, 1 possession to score.
1 possession, and it looks like they're putting on their O-line.
Goes up. Let's go! Get that fire burner!
You can see new coach Laura Landis out there with the O-line. Laura Landis, Michael Mathis, and Luis Primo Ramos joining the coaching staff this year of Austin Walker.
Definitely love to see some different voices, especially with playing with a larger roster this year. Having different coaches that can work with the different lines and give more individualized attention for the players. I think a great choice for Torch this year.
I do too, and both Landis and Ramos and Mathis bring years of experience playing at elite levels. Landis, showdown stalwart for many seasons. Mathis, former captain of Austin Double Wide. Played with the Austin Soul, now currently coaching seemingly every team in the Austin area.
Looks like 3 seconds on the clock. So Torch will get to play this possession.
Little confusion here. Oh, looks like Torch offsides which gives Surge the ability to set their defense.
Cutter's looking pretty far from Duffy and Bjork. Looks like there may have been some confusion on what would happen when that buzzer went off.
Let's go, Torch!
One possession chance, so Torch is going to want to play conservative, keep the disc. Nothing crazy here, just wanting to work it up the field.
They have quite literally all the time in the world here.
Cindy with the Gabby up the line. Cindy sends it down the line.
Cindy looking for Wilson.
Error alert.
I don't love that decision with all the time in the world. Would have liked to see Lochran find a dump and work it a little bit more. Defense was a little too close there, in my opinion.
I agree with that. I agree with that, Jet. It's one of those things where even if you have the deep option, you can kind of say, you know, you can weigh it by the situation, right? So yes, you have the open deep shot, but is that what you want to do right now? Right?
Exactly.
You need it right now, and the answer for there is probably no. But you know, we're up here, we're away. we don't see what Lochran sees down on the field. But good to see that they're not afraid to shoot it long against this team.
And that's one adjustment I think they could make in the second quarter, taking some more deep shots with the speed that they have. We'll see what happens.
Right. And that's the thing is, like, you can never be afraid of it, right? You need to be able to play with them as much as you can. Use every single tool in your toolkit that you have, and, you know, with both, as you said, the speed of the Torch players as well as the throwers that they have on this roster.
Yeah, absolutely. Between Stewart, Bjork, Duffy, the guns are there to shoot.
Hey, man, can you do it with me? Hey, do it.
So we talked about it a little bit, but, you know, going into this huddle, what are you saying? You're the coach here. What are you saying to Torch as you come into the second quarter?
Yeah, so I don't feel like there is anything that I'm seeing that Torch is doing particularly, air quotes, wrong. I think what they're going to have to do to close this gap is tighten up the defensive pressure on the undercuts. Seems like Surge is having not too much trouble just working it up the field 5 to 10 yards at a time, and they're comfortable in the red zone to score. Definitely going to have to put some more pressure on number 1, Emily Shields, who scored 2 of 4 in this first quarter. Big shout out to another one of our sponsors, Ian Pearsall, who just brought me some beer.
Looks like it's covered in peanut butter.
And also, you know what likes my flame? VC Ultimate, the official uniform sponsor of Torch. They offer a sponsorship of the team every 1 minute of the team's official formation. That's again.
20 seconds left. Torch going to get back out there.
Thank you for supporting your Torch. Let's get it going.
The last 20 seconds here, we want to thank another one of our sponsors, VC Ultimate. VC is the official uniform sponsor of the Torch. They offered their sponsorship to the team within 1 minute of the team's official formation, and that is no joke, according to Hope. Visit the VC Ultimate website to get all of your official Torch and Premier Ultimate League merchandise, replicas, sun hoodies, windbreakers, and more available on VCUltimate.com.
Torch going to start the second quarter with that swing line out. Swing line is the line that scored, so I don't see why not.
I really haven't. You know, 8% of the frisbee's looking good, and they're looking.
Amy Broom picking up the disc.
Stewart in the middle of the field there, up to Easton, to Cannon.
Bailey working with Cannon to get it back to Clara in the middle of the field. Plenty of space.
Let's go.
Good flow from Torch. Would love to see them relax here and find a score. Oh, Clara right on the line there.
Right there at the end zone, knocking at the door. Let's see it.
Gilbert with the reset.
Nikki working that up.
Oh, Cannon to Gilbert.
And Stewart is fired up. Stewart to Cannon to Gilbert, just running it on that flick side. Really great movement there. Fundamental offense from the Torch to start off this second quarter.
Yeah, I really love that line. A lot of players who are newer to Torch on that line and look like they've been playing together for a long time. They play well, everyone involved on the point. Easton, a returner from their second year, first year last year. They're returning for their second year. The speed on those undercuts really getting the offense moving.
And now they're discussing.
Yeah, looks like now they have the D-line on the field. Just Primo looks like talking a little bit on the sideline about some smaller adjustments they can make against that defensive set. But, I mean, way to run it against that force flick. Just take what the defense is giving you. No need to make it a little bit more confusing than what you need.
Let's go, Jamie.
Not to keep fangirling about that line, another thing is that all 7 of them seem so comfortable with the disc in their hands. The cutters filling into the handle space seem just as comfortable as those 3 handles. Torch trying a little bit more of a junky zone look.
I love this, just to stop that pull play.
Torch making them throw a lot of throws. Surge still finding the holes here. Great handle defense from Mindy Radicke. Shuts down the reset, and that's a turn.
I just want to shout out the fan that started the defense chant without me. I appreciate you. Works every time.
Surge sticking with their defensive, having the off-handler defender kind of in the lane to slow things down, but Torch using that free reset to get motion going.
Right. Again, just taking what the defense is giving you, especially in these kind of conditions.
Big under to Bacorn from Radicke. Needs a dump reset, finds Lou. Finds Kinsey Neese. Love Lou in the reset space. I feel like she does such a good job going to get the disc when that stall count is getting high.
Right. Real go-get-it player.
Big around to Radicke. Looking for Bacorn again. The read not quite in. And the score, number 12, Ortiz.
And that is a Torch break.
It's exactly what you want to see from Torch coming into the second quarter. You're down 3 to come out, make some adjustments, and answer, hold to break. Exactly what you want to see. No complaints from Torch coaching.
Right, Bacorn to Ortiz there.
I don't know if you recognize
Just a really nice pressure there. Get the stall count nice and high. And then force a turn and get it going the other way.
Stream asking if the field is as bad as it looks. Austin, uncharacteristically wet this month. It has been raining several days a week, every week for about a month. So the grass is a little bit more torn up because it is so wet here.
But, honestly, Jet, I mean, give me this more than the flaming lava cutting grass that we're going to be playing on come June and July.
Yeah, I would say this too, especially the softness, like being able to dig your foot in and cut versus like a concrete cracked up dirt. I would prefer this.
Get the jerseys dirty.
Yeah.
Heck not.
Great pull.
Oh, Cannon there.
Cannon stopping that first dump. A lot of pressure on number 23. Finds number 10, DeSabato.
So Torch here again coming down in this post set. Going to be some switching until they are able to get back onto the 7v7 matchups.
Pick was called. So in PUL rules, picks are not allowed. So when a pick is called, it's a disadvantage for the defense. So they get to the distance where when the pick was called with the person they are playing defense on. Basically get to catch up. Great strike cut from DeSabato. Good mark from Maddie. Floaty to Emily again.
Defense! Defense!
Pressure on the mark, but finds that throw anyways. Knocked down by Cannon into the hands of Broom. Torch with another chance here to break Frenzy finds Easton with a great inside flick. Love that throw.
Let's see if Torch can get this game.
Cannon just able to chew up yards in the middle of the field. Same thing with Easton. Great throw from Stuart to Vogel there.
Vogel, another player new to Torch this year. Love to see them on the field. They just have the size, their stride, their height to get things done. Helped start San Antonio's new women's team problems. Good mark pressure from number 9. Bailout throw. Finding Vogel. Looks like a call was made.
Oh, a timeout there.
Love that call.
Timeout there by the Austin coaching staff. And that is a veteran coaching call.
Number 9, Sarah Hiranet on that mark, really putting a lot of pressure on Broom, not giving the around for the reset, the stall count. Stall is to 10, so you have 10 seconds to throw the disc. Amy Broom running out of time there. So had to throw that bailout throw.
And right now, put your O-line in. You know, just run a little bit of off-the-line drill in the red zone. Why not?
I absolutely think this this position is somewhere you want Elise Bjork picking up the disc to find a throw to score.
Rain is starting to come down here.
The disc just going to be harder to catch, harder to throw. No lightning, so not sure what the facilities here will do about closing the field if this game will be able to finish.
Yeah, it should be fine, hopefully.
I believe there's been a murder on the dance floor.
Energy here in the stands is definitely high. And there it is. That's the off-the-line drill.
There we go. Got Maggie Rowell for the reset. Oh, you can see the effects of that wet disc. Slipping is just much harder to hold on to and get a clean throw.
Yeah, just a little bit of a slip there on the throw from Rouse to Duffy.
Floaty throw. Good pressure from Loughran.
Liang here with the disc.
Lindsay McKenna keeping things moving. Great defense from Quina, stopping Dodge on the under there. Pick is called. Doesn't look like it affected that throw, so the thrower will keep the disc.
Liang working there with Mosafari.
Big over-the-top backhand to Dodge. It works. Another pick called. Things getting a little jumbled.
Surge really comfortable hitting those high release rounds on both sides, just kind of putting them out to space and letting their receiver body out their defender and go and get those extra yards.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of these Surge players playing together a lot. Played on a lot of Surge returners, a lot of people who play AMP for club in the summer. Good seal from Wilson. Oh, just not quick enough to get to the around to seal. A flick to Dodge, and that is 3-5.
I love that defense.
What I really like to see there from Surge is them just working the full width of the field. They are not afraid to really put it to any single point, right? We saw first point of the game, they're comfortable shooting it long. But right here, they are fine moving it back and forth at least a couple times. Getting it all the way to this near sideline, scoring all the way on the far.
That defense still got me fired up, Summer. Y'all are making them work for it, and I love it. Yeah, that's right.
Looks like the rain may be letting back up. Hard to say from the comfy, cozy press box with a roof over our head.
Right. It looks like it's a little. It looks like it's a little damp. A lot of good representation here from the Torch fans. Stands are packed. We couldn't see that initially, but there's a lot of people here now.
Again, fans, there is a raffle going on, and you're just $1 getting tickets, some really cool stuff.
Another one of our sponsors, Austin Ultimate, sponsoring a raffle of a number 2 Elise Bjork jersey.
What that bag do?
Looking good.
Big pull from Emily Moeller.
All right, sir.
Makes it
Down.
nearly the whole length of the field.
Torch.
Catch from Broom.
Cannon in isolation there. Looks again like they're running this force middle set. Get down.
Oh, big catch from Bailey. She gets up and stays with it.
So this defense really meant to kind of stop these deep shots here, which with Stewart on the field makes a lot of sense. Can see the downfield defenders for Surge sitting a little bit under of their players. And just a quick turn there in the reset space there from Broom to Stewart.
Turn.
McKenna with the big jump for the score.
Surge.
3-6.
It's okay, Torch offense, if you're going to get that D back.
I do think Torch Cutters
Torch offense looking good.
struggling to make some adjustments a little to that force middle. It's a hard force to adjust to in the cut space. Really need to work with handle motion, which Torch was trying, but the defense is tight from those Surge players.
Slow is smooth is fast, and Torch going to be slow, smooth, and fast to get that next point.
You got to know that swing line is frustrated with how that went based on their success levels so far. Regrouping on the sideline here, figure out what to do next time.
Right, but
Again, that raffle.
Jed, it does, I mean, it seems like they're fine. That's what you're saying, we're fine. The turns that they're having are these smaller execution turns. Surge is playing very tight defense, but even in the reset space there, you see this kind of, they're pushing them into their first, their second, their third look through their reset set, and then they're kind of forcing a funky turn, but, that's a throw that can, it's throwing and catching sometimes.
Yeah, and especially with a wet disc, those errors are easier to force.
Right.
Got the O-line back out. Summer looking off McDuffie, finding Queena for a big under. Finds Rowell right on the line there. Gets it off the sideline to Estes. This O-line looks comfortable.
Let's go, Duffy.
Duffy just churning yards there on that under.
Stall count getting high.
Both players are up.
Gabby Queena running it down, but little bit of miscommunication in that handle space. Bjork was kind of by herself. Didn't have a good dump option there.
And then a timeout from Surge as they really want this break with about 4 minutes left in the second half.
Torch last year ended the second quarter 4 behind. Don't really want to repeat that. A 4-point gap is just hard to close. So Torch really wants to buckle up here and work for a 4-6 score. Then find a break to keep it close for the end of the first half.
Sponsorship jersey for our Torch team this year. We're gonna have to come out on the field at halftime, take some photos, get a little photo op going, post it on the gram, show your friends, show your mom, show your grandma.
Another shout out to the cleat of the Premier Ultimate League, Tokay. Cleats made specifically for Ultimate players, sponsoring Torch and the broadcast this year. Surge setting up in a vert stack.
Here we go!
Torch trying a little bit of a bracket defense. I wouldn't be surprised if we see 2 offenders shoot deep here with Jessup by herself in the deep space.
Right.
If I'm standing up and the fans can.
Tying up a little here. Good pressure.
Defense! I can't hear you, fans. Let's go!
Frankie running deep. Good stop from Annie Ortiz.
You ready? Defense! Defense!
Oh,
And a bailout there.
Oh, did y'all see that? No, when we started.
3-7. Good bailout from Bova. Finds the score. with Alfano.
That looks like
the scoreboard marked incorrectly. Should be 3-7.
get that fixed up.
All I know is a torch jersey.
That swing line back out there.
Swing line back out. Score at what it is at 3-7.
Pressure is on here to score. Great pull. A lot of hang time. Keeping it in bounds.
Again with this little zone look here.
I think what Torch is going to have to do is get in front of those players, holding down the middle space there.
So it looks like they've got this two-person cup followed by another little wall there. And just really good fluid motion there to transition out of that poach set right into matchup defense. Putting Stewart backhand. Wow, transitioning out of that poach set into a forced middle. That's a great defense.
Beautiful movement from Torch.
Gilbert's stall count getting high. Finds Stewart for the reset. Right back to Gilbert, who finds Vogel. Looking for Cannon. Oh, I think that's a... Oh, great bid.
Out of reach.
That throw just needed a little bit more float on that, but good look to Medi Cannon.
Feels good on way down.
About 2 minutes left in the first half. Torch really wanting to get it back here and get another chance to score.
Stewart here in the deep space.
One-on-one.
Going up.
Yeah, huge D from Stewart. Great read on the disc, great positioning. Great catch from Gilbert. Defensive pressure was high. Stewart with a tight inside, looking for Easton. A little bit too much pressure. Oh,
Wow.
great inside throw to 13, Caitlin Harper.
Surge point.
It's a great throw there from Emma Taylor-Solis.
Surge just not hesitating at all. When they get the chance, when they get the turn, there's not even a beat. They're moving quick, and they're ready to attack the end zone. 3-8 with 1:42 left in the first half.
And that's a skinny kind of IO backhand out into space there. That's a really high degree of difficulty throw, and I've seen Surge kind of wind up to take that a few times. Again, if you're following along at home, feel free to throw things in the chat there. We'll respond if they're good comments. If they're bad comments, we just won't respond.
I pretend I do not see it. O-line coming out. 3-8 with 1:42 left. As these seven, really need to dial in and focus here. Get a score and wrap up this first half. Oh, brutal. Duffy goes for the catch, the pull, and drops it. That will be a turn and Surge's disc on their end zone line. You feel that pressure. It's a tough spot to be.
Yes.
Good defense.
And a timeout.
Timeout called.
Call on the field.
So, looks like, or a not a timeout, some type of stoppage called there from Osafari.
Gets the reset off. And that's another score. 3-9
And
to Moeller.
If If you purchase a sponsorship jersey,
51 seconds left in the first half. Torch will get another chance here.
get that photo off.
That is a tough break. You know that catch is a catch Duffy has made 1,000, 100,000 times.
Look, those things happen. There's not much you can do, right? What ends up happening is you drop it, then you keep going. Fun story, my first ever streamed game when I was playing with Austin Double Wide. First point out there, go, just drop the pull. Just don't get right in front of everybody. And the team didn't let me live it down, rightfully so. But you get out there, you catch it again, and then you just go about your business.
Absolutely.
It's
Definitely one of those things you have to catch the pull. You cannot let it drop and pick it up. There's just not enough time, especially in the pros.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Never catch it again? No. you get back out there and you do it the next time.
Big pull from Moeller. Moeller's pull's looking incredible this game.
Wilson up to Bjork.
Floaty throw, looking for Duffy. Toes in. Oh, another drop. That is tough. 27 seconds left in the first half here.
Nice bid there.
Huge layout from number 18 for Surge. Great catch. Good mark from Estes.
Surge with about 4 seconds left. And it is their possession.
Oh, and they will score 3-10. That's half.
That is Mosafari over to Moeller for the first half. Score of the first half. Torch 3, Philadelphia Surge 10.
Okay, we'll take a break. We'll see you back after this half.
back to it. I said Torch is looking.
All right, welcome back. Second half, Torch Surge. Score is 3-10.
Let's go, Torch.
As a reminder, this broadcast is brought to you by the Premier Ultimate League. The PUL is a 501c6 nonprofit. This league has been community funded since day one, and we are so grateful for the support. We ask that you consider donating to help us continue to transform and fulfill our mission. Head to premierultimateleague.com to donate today. One way to donate is to donate the cost of a ticket, $12 if you're watching online, to support Torch.
Go, Clement! Go, go!
We get here for the pull of the second half. Again, shout out to our sponsor, Discraft. The Discraft Ultrastar is the official disc of the Premier Ultimate League. Discraft, the world leader in disc sports. Surge here, starting on offense.
And that pull landed out of bounds, so number 20 will take it to the middle for Surge.
Oh.
That's Danielle Walsh. Finds 10 with a little scooper over the top. Bobbled and caught by Ortiz.
Oh, quick.
Lou looking for Bacorn.
Torch sees it.
Oh,
Oh, an air battle. Surge.
that was a lot of contact. Looks like Vanessa may call a foul there. Nope, no call. So Surge's disc.
Looks like there's a
Oh, some confusion. Foul was called. It's contested.
So it's going to go back to Lou, correct?
It looks like they're going to go to the observer, see if they had a better angle there.
We know the defense chant works. And my main fan that starts it every time, Frankie's brother. Shout out to Frankie, who is a Torch player. He had to lead, which means someone's got to step up. Everyone's got to step up. Let's get this D Torch.
I don't think I could tell from here if that was a foul or not. So be a difficult call to the observer.
A little bit of discussion happening. Looks like, yeah, you're right. They're going to go to the observer here. And it is in a foul. Ooh.
Observer said it is a foul and some conflict.
Surge player does not look happy with that
And the players
call or outcome.
discussing it now. They're going to the observers who will actually make that final.
We got plenty.
Both players just discussing it to the observer. Alright.
So
The observer is agreeing.
observer rules that it is a foul.
Torch will be keeping the disc.
He's doing a great job.
And it will be Bacorn's disc on the goal line.
It will go back to Bacorn. Amy Kay and Sunshine, thank you to them. Those are some hot calls.
And the observer makes the final call.
So
Because
it's
this is how the next
a ground
final
tap.
goes. That's still Torch disc.
All right,
Right in
it's,
the end zone.
come on, folks.
Let's get that point, Torch.
Vanessa finds Mindy for an easy reset. Torch really want to work here. Oh, and Bacorn scores 4-10.
Who's scored? Dustin's idea.
An opening break there for Torch. That is huge.
Energy fans, let's go.
The vibes are good. The vibes are good.
I mean,
Good job to Bacorn. Not a particularly
Light my fire.
conflict-loving personality, so to hold her ground there and go to the observers, talk that out, good for her to come down with the score.
let's go, fans. Get him up. We want to see
And
at every point.
America's favorite line, the swing line, coming out for Torch here. Looking to come on to keep the brake train rolling. The brake train, the only train in Austin, Texas. We do not have a rail system here, or a robust rail system. I will continue to talk about the lack of mass transit in this city.
Hey, you can go from North Austin to Cedar Park if you really,
That is
really
true.
want to.
To the convention center, if you so are inclined.
You can now go to Q2, the soccer stadium.
That's a good
so
point.
there's one thing.
Yeah. Follow me on Twitter at NerdyBoyPolis for more commentary on transit in Austin. Sorry. All right. Back, but I digress.
Back to Ultimate.
Yeah.
Stewart with the pull.
Oh, great pull.
That is floating, making it nearly all the way down the field. Torch hustling down. Surge gaining a few yards. Good D from Vogel to stop that first look.
Gilbert with a good pressure on the mark there.
Good inside from number 20.
Defense! Defense!
Come on, Clara.
Ooh, a little bit of an overthrow. Looking for 23, Natalie Bova.
Pressure there from the swing line, forcing that turnover from Surge. Stewart to pick up.
Stewart finds Vogel. Good pressure from 22. Liz Hart forces that turn. And that's another Surge score. That's number 9, Captain Sarah Hiernot.
Looks like a little bit of off-the-ball contact there between Gilbert and Walsh. Walsh taking a little bit of exception to that, which is about right, you know, a little bit of contact at the front cone.
Walsh involved in that foul call in the previous point, so came right back out, fired up, and really was the offensive workhorse for that point, keeping things pushing.
And having, kind of contrary to what Torch is doing here, and I think it's a function of numbers if we're really seeing it, Torch with a lot larger of a roster than the travel roster that Surge has. So when their offense gets broken, they're putting their O-line back out there. And it's both, you know, hey, we trust you, and also we don't really have the legs to run a third line.
Right.
They got a Twitter too, y'all. It's at TUSCULTI. Surge music to Torch. Let's get it.
Surge with 18 here. That is, if you do the math, 3 fewer than 3 lines, so they are putting a few different people.
Yeah.
Great inside flick from Elise Bjork.
Keeping it up the line.
Snug, but a big grab from Kinsey. Oh, no, sorry, that is Lochran. These captains working together. Summer by herself, calling for the disc. Oh. Wilson coming back from an injury, finding her footing again on the field. Looking for 42, Meg Duffy.
So just some series of miscues here from Torch resulting in their turnovers.
Make it work.
Moeller by herself.
Wow.
Big up, a lot of float.
Floater.
Surge comes down with it.
We know her. Surge score.
Another Surge score, 412.
We're seeing, again, Solis in the deep space there. Just such a force downfield. Lochran in pursuit, but it really looked like that was going to be Solis's ball if it was hanging more. Very good deep target to have in that arsenal, as well as Moeller. 2 people that look to be ahead above some of the other people who are on this Torch roster. Swing line getting back out there after the offense gets broken.
Surge One Advantage has, you know, a good handful of above average height players.
Yeah.
Soilis is one of them. Moeller, another one. And when it comes to those jump battles, a 6-inch difference.
Yeah. Makes a big difference. Then Yannick Graham there too on the line now. Big D line here from Surge. Really loading this one up. You have Moeller here with the pull. High hanging pull. And
that's going to land in. Great pull.
Hits just inbounds on that near sideline.
Threading the needle to Gilbert. That's a tight look. Gilbert putting her hands up. Where is everybody?
Stewart downfield now to Cannon.
Another drop. even though the rain has stopped, the ground is still wet. So picking it up off the ground, the disc is going to be wet for a few throws.
Let's start that chant again.
And let's say that is great defense there from Moeller, who has a great catch.
Great rundown from Moeller.
Get louder, fans!
Finding Graham.
Make them work, Torch!
Moeller just has that step on some of these Torch players, and that's another surge score. Number 33, Yana Graham.
So
4-13.
Get a little dancing going, crowd!
So good defensive pressure there from Surge. Great play from Moeller on Vogel there to force that turnover, as it looks like the D-line here, the primary D-line, is going out for Torch. 4:13, 7:47 left in the third quarter.
So if you're Torch players, if you're Torch coaching, down by 9, what are you telling your players on the sideline at this point in the game with a full quarter and 8 minutes left in this quarter to go?
Well, I think the first thing that I'm saying is if they can go on a run, we can go on a run too. That's the thing that I have always kind of told teammates is, you know, they go up and they break us 4 times. There's no reason why we can't go and break them 4 times either. It is still a long game. There's lots of stoppages, and on average, these points are taking anywhere between 30 seconds and a minute if you're running efficient offense. So there's a lot of time here for Torch to kind of mount a comeback, or at least bring it within a situation where you can, like we had last year, a nice little overtime situation. So, but it's going to take a lot of defensive pressure. It's going to take some quick scores, which these zone defenses here do a great job of slowing down offenses.
This offense working well. Short pull to start, giving some advantage. Ortiz running it down. Gonna want to be patient here and lock it in.
Nobody get hurt.
A little bit too much float for this defense. I think you got to be throwing kind of to somebody a little tighter than that. Good pressure from Jessup. Number 8. Emma Solis comes down with it. Amy Kay calling the disc down.
It was a great effort by number 8. It did look like we should have foul.
Good pressure from 27, Jessup.
And clock is still running.
I think they will reset the clock. Stop now. We'll add some time back.
A couple seconds shoot off the clock there. But there was no official stoppage, so it's about right.
Let's see if they can work it.
Crowded space. Surge putting a lot of bodies near where the disc is being held. So if Torch can break it through, they have some options.
Check it out. Get that
And Surge's pressure is really forcing Torch into some tough, tight situations as they go over the top.
Would love this line to try to work their swings a little more. Those big shots, it looks like Surge just has the height to knock them down before Torch is able to get there.
Defense!
And looks like Raha Mosafari taking a little bit of exception to the defense that Ortiz has been playing.
I like Amy's gloves. I wonder if they're the merch thing.
Surge coach
Joel
walking-
Prussian coming out on the field.
Surge coach on the field.
walking onto the field,
I wonder if it's on that clipboard.
which
A little
seems,
chit chat going on. A little talky talk.
you know what, Walker should get out there. Yeah, there you go, Awok.
A foul is called on Annie Ortiz, number 12. Defense, in Raha's opinion, a little too physical. So going to the observers on this one, getting a little chippy.
Little dicier here in the third quarter. The other thing that you would say in the huddle is keep it clean, right? It's very easy to get frustrated, especially when you're playing down. There's no use in kind of, punching up here. So a lot of time left.
You want to come back. What about you?
A lot of things that you can do.
This comeback right here, baby. Let's go.
Crowd is booing. Not sure if it's really necessary.
Yeah,
We score and
it's just a conversation between a bunch of people, but seems as though Prussian all the way on the field now with seemingly no timeout call. Oh,
Yes,
there's the timeout.
call.
Okay.
Here's the time.
Yeah. In the middle third of the field, Prussian calls a timeout.
I think if I'm the coaches, I am maybe swapping all 7 out and letting things cool off with those players that are on.
Austin Ultimate is back as a sponsor for the Torch in 2024. Austin Ultimate's mission is to serve the
So
greater
timeout there looks like that swing line is coming in.
all ages and levels of competition. Visit www.austinultimate.org.
Yeah. In our break, let's go ahead and thank another one of our sponsors. Scout Real Estate is a presenting sponsor of the Austin Torch. As we said before, you can see their logo on the Torch uniforms. Scout Real Estate is an Austin-based firm built for smart, sustainable urban growth. Represented by longtime Ultimate player Rob Seidenberg, Scout's unique blend of residential, commercial, and mixed-use expertise delivers creative solutions and winning results. If you're looking to buy or sell a house, condo, or commercial property, get in touch with Rob at Scout, Austin's Ultimate Realtor.
We'll also take a second here to thank our sponsor, Breakmark. This live broadcast of Premier Ultimate League is brought to you by Breakmark Ultimate Apparel.
Great mark from Nikki Gilbert.
Defense!
Oh, wide open downfield.
Maddie Cannon, the 3v3, trying to catch up with each other.
We're locking it down right here. Locking it down.
Louder fans, it's up!
Floaty caught.
Inside the end zone.
Defense! Close one. Surgeon point.
Surge there after a battle of a point, able to lock in the break. And they go up 10, 14-4. Looks like the offense back out here for Torch, looking to just stop a little bit of the run that Surge is on at this point.
Yeah, I think at this point in the game, this is a team culture moment. Like, are you the team that together can keep your heads up, keep the energy up, and do what you can to close a 10-point gap? Or are you giving up with 5 minutes and another quarter left?
Right, game's not over, job's not finished. Keep going, keep grinding. Get the hold and then get a break, and then get another break, and then get another break, and then get another break,
Smiles from the stand.
and then win the ball game.
Smiles from the
And I think on the sideline, one benefit of being at the home game, you have your reserve, have the whole roster, have your practice players who are maybe not playing today, but are big contributors to keeping the energy high. Great pull from Surge.
Hitting them all the way back in the Torch end zone. Surge coming down with another little bit of a zone look there, and Bjork going to take command in the middle of the field.
3 people in your way of making a throw. It's Tricky's a lot of pressure.
Right.
Maggie Rao double zeros with the disc. Don't really want to get stuck here on this sideline.
Must be those braids.
Got a swag about it.
Finds an inside to Sydney Lochran.
Breaking that.
Wilson again, just a grinder of a player. Just gritty.
She's fast.
You're real fast.
Lochran didn't feel like they had that to Estes.
That's all right.
And a nice run through block there. Oh, Liang, no hesitation.
Summer, get it back.
Number 21, Linda Morris with the bookends. Big run through D and just keeps running for the score.
Liang just picks it up, puts it down to Morris.
You know life is
Increase the lead to 11 points.
ultimate in your life.
And it looks like they're scrambling the lines here a little bit. They have Ortiz, Gilbert, Stewart.
You know, since I've been involved in Texas or in Austin Ultimate, it's just been uphill.
Looks like they have Knees, Broom,
Blue skies.
Good vibes.
And Frankie out there as well.
Yes.
I think if I'm the coach, which I'm not, but I would try something else. You know,
Yeah.
4-15, try something else. Put some different combinations of people out there.
Try something
See what you can do.
Why not? And this is a good mix here of, it looks to be their D players, their stronger O players with Gilbert, Stewart, Ortiz,
Over some photos. Oh, yeah, give me a minute.
Frankie,
Got it? Good time?
Cannon,
No,
Broom.
actually, don't tag me. Thank you.
Looks to be Kinsey Neves.
Surge,
4 on the line.
Room picking up. You love it.
Oh.
Nice over the top there from Broom.
Ortiz stays with it.
He's swag.
This pressure cup it's a hard to remain calm in. Looks like this combination doing good, stretching it through. Cannon with the disc on the sideline. Resets to Broom by herself. Looking for Gilbert.
All the way downtown.
With the pressure from Moeller. Oh.
Great bid, great bid, great bid, great bid.
Great defensive game from number 00 Moeller for Surge. She's just there in that deep space. These quick torch players. 3 torch players there, but Moeller just reaching up for the score or for the D.
Defense. Go ahead and let your feet slam against that bleacher.
Great grab. Number 4. Looking for number 8 deep. Has it.
Defense, I can hear you.
And that's Moeller for the score.
Soil is to Moeller, something we've said a few times now talking about this Philly D-line. Just Mosafari not hesitating, seeing
Let's go, Torch.
Soilis in the deep space. And then Moeller just right there with her. So that kind of hybrid line there for Torch, not able to get the job done. But
They had some great movement. It's just those deep shots, I think, we're throwing them too floaty. Our deep cutters cannot be completely stopped with surge players this tall and come down with the score.
so 2:38 left in the third quarter. 16-4 Surge. Coach Walker bringing in the whole team here while they send out the offense
Let's see that O-line.
to get a hold, stop the bleeding here.
Looks like they're trying a little side stack action here, finding Rowell.
More slices, I love it.
Between that cup.
Bjork directing traffic as Duffy shoots through the middle to Lochran.
Looks like they broke that zone again.
Lochran with no mark yet. Oh, Rowell slipping in that mud.
Put out our flame.
Now Surge here with a vertical stack, initiating from the front. Mosafari picking up the disc.
McKenna with the disc now.
Defense! Let those feet hit the bleachers as well. Get louder, fans!
Torch shutting down a lot of options, forcing the dump reset. Great catch from Lindsay McKenna, number 5.
Keep it loud, it's the best part to do it!
Defense!
Mosafari directing traffic there, working with Morse in the handler space.
Defense!
Really just playing 2-player ball here right on the goal line.
Great snag from Graham. Oh, great Great job. Number 33, catch, dump, strike. Maggie Rowell just not in the right position to take away that strike. Was calling for the mark to switch, but that did not happen. Graham for the score. Second score from Graham this game. 48 seconds left in this quarter.
It's a great day. It's a beautiful day for Christy. Just happy to be here.
Summer, where's your hat? Let's see it.
Show it off.
So Torch looking to get something on the board
Looking good.
in this third quarter. 48 seconds left. Energy still high here in the booth, here in the stands. Home crowd supporting the home team.
Kiki's visor gets relit.
Oh, hat number 2 with the hat flip.
And again, give a shout out to all the fans watching on the YouTube live stream here.
Love that this option is available. Love to see friends and family who are not Austin local able to watch this game. Lou stranded a little bit in that handle space. Stall count getting high.
That's a nice.
Annie Ortiz finds it.
So stack is a little deep here for Torch.
Frankie coming down with it.
Serge doing a great job at least delaying those around shots.
These cuts are looking deep. I feel like by the time they developed, the handers have looked away.
Right.
It's about possession.
Oh, and a foot block there.
Number 5, Lindsay McKenna. One of Serge's captains, and that is
Whoa.
time.
Serge has the ball. So Serge's disc after the foot block from McKenna.
Let's get that defense, Chan. Defense! Defense!
And then Torch here with a big possibility.
Oh, they're working hard. It's looking good. They're working hard. Let's go, Torch.
The Chan's working.
And that's another Surge score. 4-18. Surge really running away with it here.
How much are those raffle tickets?
Oh, they're simply $1.
So $1.
$1 US, yes.
And what would I get? A signed disc from who?
The entire Austin Torch Ultimate Frisbee.
So 18-4, visitors leading.
If you're lucky.
One more quarter to put some points on the board here for Torch.
If not,
And, you know, here's the time for Torch leadership, the coaches, their 3 captains, Elise, Sydney, to fire up the team and get some energy going to push through. Down by 14. Will they win the game? No. But can they put some more points on the board and close this gap? I don't see why not.
Right. You don't go out, you know, kind of on your back here. You know, you go out and you keep pushing and you keep going for your holds and your breaks and the intensity, because that's what the team is, right? The team is a gritty group of individuals who are coming together and are going to dig in to go and put some points on the board for this final quarter.
Yeah, definitely see the Torch players on the sideline asking for the crowd to pump them up, some hugs, some waves, encouraging each other to get engaged here, to stay engaged, keep your head in the game, and do what you can do on the field. Some dancing, some chat.
Oh, hey, look at this action. Oh, my God.
Number 69 in the field, number 1 in my heart, and 2 in the others. Oh, Summer, we see you. Those 2 sweatbands.
The 3 captains, Carrie, Elise, and Sydney, have talked to the coaches,
Let's go.
kind of coming back now to pass on their words to the whole team.
So team getting brought in now by coaches Mathis and Primo.
I want to give a quick congratulations to the University of Texas 2 2024 Callahan nominees John Slatt and George McDonald. Go check out John Clyde for Callahan on YouTube and check out for George's video coming soon.
Now here's a combo we don't see often. Stewart and Bjork running out on the field together. We've got Ortiz, Cannon, Frankie, Gilbert, and Estes. Kind of mixing up the starting O-line with some of the consistent players on that D-line,
Yeah,
or swing line.
really loading this up for a hold here for Torch. Come out quick with a nice hold in the fourth quarter. Surge to pull again with their D-line that has had great success the entire game.
Big pull from Moeller. You know Moeller's got to be feeling good this game. Really nothing to complain about from Moeller. Big Ds, big pulls, big scores.
Stewart
Inside flick.
screaming as she goes across the field.
Inside flick from Bjork worked. Maybe Stewart would have been an easier option.
Good defense
Bjork coming
there.
down with it.
Great
Finds
defense
Cannon
there.
for about 10 yards.
Cannon looking to slash.
Snug on this sideline. Needs an option.
Bjork over to Stewart.
Stewart looking for Gilbert. Oh, not quite. I can appreciate conservative. Cannon with the disc on the line again. A flick across to Gilbert.
Nice inside shot there.
Stewart open. Need to find that easy reset a little sooner. A switch from number 8, Soilis, keeping Cannon from being in the position to score.
Stewart with a nice inside there to Bjork.
Bjork finds Estes. Want these 7 to
Looking for another.
take it easy and work here. Find the reset, keep the disc.
Looks like when you are locked. Right back to Estes.
Finds Estes for a score. Love that combination of players to say, come on, let's get out of this slump. Let's put a point on the board. Let's get something started.
And there it is. And that's what you need.
Hey, 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 hey.
Just needed one to get on the board now.
Owen's been on DJ this whole time. Again, there's another DJ in the crowd as well. DJ MC.
Great energy from Torch. Definitely needed someone to get the party started. Great job to that line for digging in.
So there to cut the lead to 13.
We see you working it, Torch.
Another kind of combo line here.
Some
Way to work, Nick.
good vibes still pumping throughout the stadium.
Pull from Radicke. Lands a little short.
Defense cheers starting in the stands as Wilson on the mark. Easton.
Oh.
Oh, good pressure there by Easton.
Ups. Downtown.
And that
Little bit out of reach. Number 3.
Are we feeling it?
Great pressure from Maddie Easton. A little bit of a height difference there on the read. Radicke picking up for Torch.
Go, Torch.
again, Torch opting for this horizontal stack. Probably going to look to bring it in a little bit.
Mindy pointing to Wilson what she wants, directing traffic. Oh, huge layup from Knees to clean up the trash, intended for Vogel.
Dirty.
Needs a dump. A
Incredible.
lot of pressure. Great grab from Wilson. Not clear who was intended there.
Ooh, and a foul.
Number 10, Queena calling a foul.
A foul called by Queena.
I don't know about that one. A lot of traffic and the disc floating, kind of hard to say.
Right. So later in the game here, no foul ruled by the observer.
There's a no foul, so Serge will pick up the disc, which means we're on defense, folks.
And Surge here with their offense looking to convert the hold.
Big look. Ren Vogel with the height match there. Should be, great. Definitely one of the advantages that you're looking for putting Vogel on the roster this year. Adding some height to a short team. Easton snagging some yards.
Easton's throws have been something that have impressed me this season as another run through D by Surge. I would look again for the first throw deep shot.
I think from Torch, an adjustment that is going to be necessary is not throwing to players who have stopped or are slowing down. It just puts you in the position to get that run through D. If your cutter has slowed down, it is too late to make that throw.
Right. It's either slowing down or even as you're striking directly horizontal to the sideline, giving your defender a little bit more of an inside lane to make a play. As it looks like the swing line modified with Bjork going back out there.
And it worked once. Why can't it work twice?
Right?
We'll see it again.
No need to reinvent the wheel after they've reinvented the wheel.
One reinvention of the wheel only.
One per game. Perhaps two if you're feeling ambitious.
We got a huge thank you to Texas Ultimate for sponsoring Austin Ultimate for an Elite New York jersey.
Everybody, put your attention to that jersey. It's going to make you look.
Shout out to Austin Ultimate for sponsoring an Elise Bjork raffle
You are eligible to win right here.
for one of her PUL sponsorship jerseys.
And leagues. Our winner today is Ellie Quinn. Let's go!
Finding Cannon kind of over the top there. Love that look. Cannon finds Frankie.
Stewart going deep.
Ellie.
That stall getting high. Gilbert making it work. Cannon running it down. Yes. 6-19. Cannon's first score of the night.
Ultimate, giving it to us.
I like that throw. I think Gilbert threw that a little earlier than some of the other deep throws. We thought the tall players from Surge are coming in, but Cannon has that step. The throw's landing at a good time.
Right. Really good job there from Gilbert putting it out into space for Cannon. Cannon definitely been able to open up this deep offense for Torch this season.
Austin, George. Hey, fans, are they looking? I can't hear you. I said they are looking. All right.
Torch still trying to stay loose, stay positive here in the fourth quarter. Lead still 13 from Surge. 7:47 left in the fourth quarter. Spirits still look to be high there from Torch.
Beautiful.
A series of good offensive points there from that modified offense.
Big catch from Moeller. Oh, sorry, that's not Moeller. That's Walsh.
And that's down.
Shields throwing the turn there. Haven't seen not many bad throws from Surge today, even with the rainy conditions. They have got the throwers, got the throws. The Corn with the big under. Looking for Lou, but it's too snug.
What?
Oh, wow.
What?
Tight throw to Summer, but she gets it. Finds Bailey.
Why not?
And a Torch score, 7-19.
Why not?
That's more like it, fans.
And the whole Torch roster out on the field for that break.
I would rather be anywhere else in the whole wide world.
What about you, Owen?
I love being a Torch fan.
Spirits definitely high there
If you're a
for
fan,
Torch.
you're 100% more likely to be
7 minutes left in this last quarter. I think Torch picking up some momentum here, scoring a couple of points, kind of putting themselves back in the game. There's, pros and cons to being down this much.
Right.
In some ways, pressure's off a little. Not really enough time in 7 minutes to score 12, but kind of stunt out and show a few.
Right. You know, and at a certain point, that's just what you can do, right? Just go out, have some fun. You're playing Frisbee, you know? Go out, make some cool plays.
Crowd going crazy for number 81, Frenzy Bailey. First year on Torch.
Nice pull there from Torch, little low to the away sideline. Gonna put him over there on that sideline, and they're calling it out of bounds.
Looks like the pole did land out of bounds, so they will walk it to the center.
While I don't agree with it, I am on the opposite side of the field, about 50 feet up. So I'll take their word for it.
We locked in.
Big undercut from number 9.
Looks like a deep cut there.
What's kind of working for Surge here with this bird stack is just undercut after undercut. Throw goes up.
Almost Ortiz. I tell you what, Annie is looking big today.
720.
She still looks good with that big.
Huge. She's huge.
That defensive line really made them work. Now we got that O back out there.
Just another quick kind of deep shot from Surge there, using their height to their advantage in the deep space. Surge back up by 13.
To the center stands. We got Yeager and Missy. What a dynamic duo. I don't know what she's got in her hand, but it looks like the raffle winnings.
This little combo line back out again. They've been effective. Don't see why this line can't score one more
Right.
time.
So 6:12 left here, lead 13 for Philly Surge. Surge really impressed today, I will say. Coming in with a smaller roster, but just using their athleticism really well regimented in their defensive sets to really kind of hit towards where it hurts there.
Yeah, I will say for Surge, I think one thing that's benefiting them is that so many of their players play on the same club team.
Yeah.
For Torch, there's a lot of different teams playing together, mixed teams, women's teams, and some people from different cities. San Antonio, Jessup here from New Orleans. Just takes a little more time to get the
Wilson
chemistry.
absolutely puts her defender on skates there.
We were doing something cool.
Love seeing
Cannon-
Wilson back in the game.
Yeah. Cannon with the disc now up to Bjork.
Torch working up the line.
Elise looking chilly here, has the time.
Elise outside the end zone with the disc.
Gilbert by herself, but yeah, it looks like it was a pick.
A little bit too open there.
All right, during this call, we got for the reversible.
Yeah, a lot of
Pregame rule.
club activity there.
104297.
Oh, and a
Ooh.
point block on the mark there again from
Here
Solis.
net. Oh, sorry, Solis.
104
And
Solis going.
97. Who we got?
Check those tickets, folks.
If you're confused why I'm saying numbers at you,
Maddie Cannon stopping that under, catching back up with their person. Great grab.
Wow, look how many tickets they got. What a fan. And they're the winner.
as they work it downfield here to that far sideline, Solis with the disc.
Saw count getting up there, and that's a turn.
Just a throwaway.
Gilbert, a really good mark on defense.
Right.
A lot of pressure, moving quick, able to shuffle around, fast on her feet.
Yeah. Cannon with a nice shimmy to the inside there.
I hear you, fans.
Wiping down the disc up to Estes.
Estes finds Bjork, finding Wilson by themselves. Great grab from Frankie. Oh. Looks like foul called on the mark.
Yeah. Little contact call there. Not a bad one. No contested there. It's going to reset the stall count. Cannon looking for the reset now. Timeout by Walker.
timeout. Perfect time for a rifle.
Good defense on Surge in the handle space. Those dumps just not quite there in the combination with the mark.
Next up, we got
Right.
beautiful.
And that was a good job by Torch there to get it downfield, deal with the pressure.
Wow.
with the draw.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
One more time, a big thank you to Tusk 365 and Texas Ultimate Summer Camp. Their registration is open now for a fun camp in June. Register at tuskulti.com and follow Tusk on Instagram and Twitter at tuskulti. Subbing off some players, Amy Broom starting with the disc.
On the field now, Amy Broom about to check it in for
Another little combo here.
Wow, this looks like an artisanal. Wait, hold on. Something cool's happening. Again.
Little crowding in that front of the stack space.
Oh, great defensive pressure there from Liang on Broom.
Yeah, Radicki just not having a lot of options.
Wow.
Big deep. And that's a score for Surge. Oh, nope, not quite in.
Defense! Defense! Louder!
The thing I'll say that Surge players do well is when they get a D, they're gone into the deep space. Another score from Soyless.
And looks like a foul on the cut there from Soyless. So foul, no contest, offensive foul. This will go back to the thrower. Liang with the disc, up to Mosafari.
Defense! Louder!
Broom doing a great job to seal that around from coming off.
Great fight by the
And another score for Surge.
So Surge up now with just over 3 minutes left. They're up 14 over Torch as Torch looks to send out a different line. A little bit of variation from that traditional swing line and even that modified offense.
I do like seeing Vanessa Bicorn and Bjork in combination. If there's a deep shot to hit, I think that combo can get it done.
Are we ready? Let's go. 1, 0.
Still trying to keep it positive down there on the Torch sideline. Still a great game day atmosphere here for Torch. Regardless of the score, hometown crowd really showing out.
Yeah, I think hometown fans just love these players. This score is, a big difference, but there is a lot of talent on this team. Foul called by Wilson. I don't know about that one. Sumi Onoe with the block there.
Yeah, Wilson's someone not afraid to put her body in the space to kind of body out to get a throw, to get a catch. Sometimes you generate that contact on those strike cuts, and if it gets a little bit too physical, looks like it's just going to be a contested foul here.
It's going to go back to the thrower.
Stall
And it will come in on stall
6.
6. Yeah.
Let's go towards work it.
Good decision to reset. Bjork looking for Bicorn. Would have loved to see that. Pick is called.
Another call. Stand by.
One thing I would like to see Torch maybe making a small adjustment on, not a lot of time left, is being aware of who's behind them to clear out of the way for a big under.
And they're really banking on these big unders. That's
What a shit right now. Just out of reach. We're back on defense, folks.
Little of a snug throw right up the sideline.
Let's go, Torch.
A little less than 2 minutes left.
Just me, got it. Let's go, Torch. Let's go.
Big throw to 21.
Let's go, Torch. Let's go.
nice D there.
Bicorn taking off. And Lou taking the shot. I don't see why not. Bicorn is not in. Travel called.
My flame is still lit.
And that was a travel. Bakorn
Yeah.
thought that she was in, took a couple of steps.
Still keep the dish.
So Bakorn there,
Wow, what a put.
Lou with a wild shot over the top. That was a great.
I think that's a great decision from Lou.
Yeah. Wild
Throwing
is like
early,
good.
looking for Bakorn.
Yeah.
Love that look.
Yeah.
Oh, little out of Lou's reach there. I think number 19, Vanessa's speed, is something that Torch is getting used to using more and more.
Yeah.
Pit called.
Looks like it's
1 minute
unaffected,
left.
just to stop play.
I want to feel those bleachers vibrate, people.
Surge doing a great job with their strike to power position to deep throw looks. Great presser from Summer.
Good pressure. Hey, Vanessa, we see you out there.
Again.
working. Keep that up, Torch.
45 seconds left. Walker calling a line out to try to get one more point on the board.
Up next, we have the coveted pat of bag. Wow. It goes to, it goes from. Wow. 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 Incredible. Look at that spin.
How many
Have you
times?
seen a turning radius such as that ever before in your life?
I haven't. I'm wondering how many
Oh,
tie-dye
yeah.
shirts can fit in there inside this.
So many scientists.
45 seconds to go.
T-shirts.
A little bit of a new combo again.
What do we got?
Want to finish out and just end the game with a score.
Are we ready? Are we ready?
So 45 seconds here left for Torch on offense.
4, 3, 2. Last one. 2. Did you ring it? You need to run it back.
So 44 seconds now.
0.
Stewart with the disc in the middle of the field,
3.
looking for a reset option.
All right.
A little bit of a wobbly throw, but Maddie Cannon comes down with it.
Stewart up line. Somebody go deep.
Jessup going for her. A little too late there.
Are we ready?
Nice around there from Stewart.
24 seconds left.
4.
Graham doing a great job staying tight with Stewart.
And a timeout called back with the throw from Cannon by Walker.
Shout out to the fans. Letting everyone share those prizes. Congratulations.
Great back to put Torch merch in, am I right?
So that line looks a little bit frustrated coming off the field. Wish they probably could have stayed out there a little bit longer, gotten that reset off.
Right.
But Philly's defensive pressure has just been something that I don't think Torch has been able to deal with this game. And, you know, early season hasn't been able to deal with. But, I mean, it's a long season, right? Torch is 1-1 after this result in the South Division. It's a divisional system. So it is definitely a good time in the season to have a result like this.
Yeah, and I would say that this is, for the new Torch players who felt that win against Atlanta a few weeks back, feeling this like, okay, this is what it's like to be down and need to bring the energy. Ooh, a lot of contact. Gilbert seems fine.
Yeah.
Needs an option. Finds Bjork.
And a block there
Hand
from
block
Liang to end the game.
to end the game.
We're still giving a love to Philly Surge for coming out.
Thanks so much for staying with us through this live stream. Congratulations to Philly Surge, and thanks for traveling out to play the Austin Torch. We will see you next time.
The players will come over and say thank you.